Transformers is in a weird spot at the moment. I think most fans would agree with that. With recent movies being hit or miss, or shows being mediocre at best, there's one thing most agree on that best represents the Transformers IP: the High Moon Studios' War for Cybertron games. This game is exactly what it say it is: the war for Cybertron. It's something Transformers fans begged for in modern media, is a deeper dive into the meta-narrative of the details of the war that took place on the Transformers' home planet. And with something as controversial as war, there isn't a black and white solution. It's a concept of philosophies clashing. That ideology is ingrained in this game's design. Megatron is leading the Decepticons to find Dark Energon to conquer Cybertron, and the Autobots are fighting for their freedom. I want to talk about the art direction of this game, because I think these are some of the best designs we have had for the franchise. High Moon has found a way to iterate and breathe life into beloved designs. Optimus looks like Optimus, just alien-er. That goes for pretty much everyone else. These characters remain recognizable but actually look like they're from another planet. And this has to be my favorite Megatron design, just period. I don't know what is it about the white and gray color, but it just does things for me. A fair amount of the criticism regarding the art of this game is that it's very gray, dark, gritty, bland, bleak. It looks like shit. And you're 100% right. The game isn't colorful. Not even a little bit, but I would argue this is my ideal direction. This isn't just Transformers. This is the war of the Transformers. To me, it doesn't make sense for a war of an advanced sentient species to have vibrant environments. It's dark. And that's because this is the Transformers at their lowest point, at the end of their society. War for Cybertron's art direction realizes this narrative. Enough yapping, we're here to talk about the gameplay. Here's the important stuff. If it wasn't obvious already, this game is a third-person shooter, but there's enough here for me to say that its game loop allows it to stand on its own in the genre. Each bot has their own set of personalized weapons and abilities. Some of them were very effective and others not so much. I enjoyed most of them for the most part. There were some overlap with the abilities, like Jetfire and Sideswipe both having invisibility. The devs were obviously cutting corners here, but it's understandable. Coming up with unique abilities for every Transformer is a tall order. What catches me by surprise is the resource management. Mindlessly using your ammo will cost you. Without proper equipment, you're only left with your melee attack, and more than likely, you're going to get punished for it. This is where transforming comes in. Your alt mode isn't just your traversal option, but your strongest tool in your arsenal. Enemies will overwhelm if not taken out quickly enough. Learning how to juggle between your robot and vehicle mode is pivotal in this game. The levels themselves were to be desired. They served their purpose but wasn't the most inspired. Most fights took place in giant arenas. It didn't hurt the overall game loop, but the devs definitely could have done more here. That's not to say there weren't any well-crafted levels. The aerial missions was a big highlight, especially Starscream's. Just by having platforms floating and spaced out made the fights way more engaging to interact with. It's a very simple game loop. Manage ammo between your bot and vehicle modes. Take advantage of cover and choke points, and try not to be overwhelmed while doing it. The game really does challenges you to decide what's best for each encounter, which is good because what's the point of a Transformers game if it doesn't require you to transform? You are probably wondering how I'm able to play this game, as it's delisted from storefronts. The answer to that is that I stole it. If companies don't like that, all they have to do is make their game available to purchase.
Soundwave superior, Hasbro inferior.
This is thanks to Rohan Kar. Rohan preserves older titles by repackaging them with patches or removing an encryption that rendered them unplayable on modern PCs. A simple click and download on Rohan's site will give you the game. You may need to download DirectX 9 depending on what version of Windows you're on. I don't really have anything fancy to say for this outro. I like this game. I hope you guys like this game too. If you guys want to support me on my channel, that is always appreciated, and bye.
Soundwave superior, Hasbro inferior.